Hello, happy Wednesday. You're joining us here at the Sourcewell issue 77. Oh my God, all the sevens of 77.
Yeah.
We're nearly at 100.
Nearly.
Nearly there. Nearly there. How is everybody? It's crazy out there. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm good, man. I'm good. It is crazy out there, though.
Good. There's a virus section.
I'm alright.
People. Good.
Yeah.
Glad everybody's all right. Headphones in. So
Yeah.
staring at you lot, thinking, why are you not standing so far? Well, we got a jam-packed get on. No, we're not.
It's getting close, though. It's getting close. It's getting close.
It is. Oh my God.
It's almost as if we got to
So what are we doing
run
today?
away.
We are doing.
Okay, let's start. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast, the Sourcewell podcast, issue number 77. Today, we are going to start with Bob Iger stepping down as Disney CEO. Yeah.
Right.
What does that mean?
Immediately, I'm thinking. You know what? Oh no, wait. Never mind. They've already asked the other guys to do it, haven't they?
Yeah, there's another guy called Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
So there's just two
Bobs.
Bob and Bob, like what
Yeah.
does it matter?
So clearly, in order to be the CEO of Disney, you need to be a Bob or a mouse.
Yeah.
There we
pretty
go.
much.
Yeah. Sorry, that was funny. That was more funny than I thought it was going to be. I love stupid jokes. It's amazing. Oh God. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yes. It's been a long day, so go ahead. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 10 points to Gryffindor. But like.
So yeah, he's gone after 9. Well, he started actually his career at Disney's from 1996, from when Disney acquired ABC. 4 years later, he became president and COO of Disney, and eventually replacing Michael Eisner as CEO in 2005. From then, obviously, a lot of things have happened, as we know, with Disney. You had the acquisition of Pixar in 2006, Marvel Entertainment in 2009, Lucasfilm in 2012.
He is rich.
Yeah. Fox.
He is rich.
He's like, I've clocked this game. I'm moving on to retirement.
Yeah, he's still gonna be on the board though, so he's still be around.
Yeah.
And obviously they acquired Fox last year, 2019. From what I heard, I listened to another podcast called Comics Conspiracy. They're a comic store and they do a podcast. And apparently, like his contract is up until 2001, but he wanted to leave before, but because of the streaming service and the Fox thing, I think he wanted to, from what I understand, he wanted to stay and make sure that all went through, and then once that's all set, he would leave. Leave rich.
Just rich.
Yeah.
That's just rich. He was like, "No, I'm not stepping down. There's too much richness I haven't acquired yet. So let me get my picks and then I'll step down."
Yeah.
Because why else? That's more or less you've done everything now. Like you've brought everything to one place, aka like I swear like Disney and Google are like Skynet. Yeah,
definitely clocked the game.
Stepping down.
So yeah, I mean,
that's mad.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like a alright person from what I've seen, which isn't that much anyway. But but yeah, I mean, we'll see what the next guy can bring. See what what his vision is, and we'll take it from there.
Just don't F it
Yeah,
up, okay?
yeah.
Bob, no, the other Bob 2.
BC.
Yeah.
New Bob.
Yeah.
Yes, new Bob.
New
There
Bob.
we go. So,
Yeah, so
Disney, don't do any madness. You know, like postponing the
I'm
streaming
just
service
wondering,
longer
the
than it
only
already
thing.
is.
Well, yeah, I'm worried about things about like this. To be honest, I'm only worried about things regarding the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, if you know, when things come from the top, and he's like, okay, I never liked what they were doing with that, and now I'm gonna make them do this. The only I could give a crap that's what they do with every other property, basically. But like, don't scrub MCU.
I mean,
Star Wars said that if you want to bring back, if you want to be like, oh, I always loved gargoyles, bring that back. Edgier and dark.
Yeah, we could always have more gargoyles.
Edgier, dark, more stone.
But would you want them?
Oh, Biker Mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from
Sorry, I'm
Mars.
sorry.
Would you want them with the same voice actors as well?
Keith David is Goliath, the same way Keith David is Goliath. And that guy is Batman. Kevin Conroy is Batman. Same way Kevin Conroy is Batman. No, I don't. You know what I mean? There's just Mark Hamill's the Joker. To me, that guy from the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't mess with him.
Yeah.
If Keith David is
if we could have the
is
same
healthy
voice,
enough to be Goliath. Keith David is
Definitely.
healthy enough to be Goliath. Why not?
Alright. Well, on the same sense of keeping old school cartoons in continuation, we're going to move on to Masters of the Universe. And if you don't know what Masters of the Universe is, I don't know where you're from. But He-Man, and the Masters of the Universe. Kevin Smith is basically doing a reboot, a kind of a reboot of on Netflix for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and we've got a whole cast list revealed, and there's some crazy names on here, boy. But basically, the series was announced back in August, and we'll pick up from the original He-Man. And it's going to basically be like how The Force Awakens and Jurassic Park and Creed is, whereas like, and even probably Ghostbusters now, where it keeps the continuity and Picard, it keeps the continuity, but it's like 20 years later, 30 years later. So yeah, we'll see what He-Man is.
He-Man gonna have like a big beard.
Yeah, that might actually even be sick, man.
Because if he did a Thor, he was just like, I've done enough stuff, and then She-Ra comes and is like, what the hell are you doing? Get up! He's come to death. It's just great.
I would love it if like
bring She-Ra into it.
I would love it.
Do you know what? I want the first scene.
I would love it if instead of.
I can, but I just decided to interrupt you. So
I was gonna say that I feel like I was talking and heard it, and you were like, "Yeah, me too." I'm like,
no, we had. No,
I was gonna say I would love it if he was. I swear.
See, this is why it's good to watch us as well as listen, man.
So clearly, there must be some sort of delay when I'm speaking. Is there a delay?
A millisecond.
No, there's no delay.
Talk. Go ahead. You want to see? Go ahead. Listening.
If He-Man, and instead of being 4, was just Prince Eric, and he had gone skinny or something, like real slim. Hasn't raised a sword in years. And then She-Ra, like Isha said, She-Ra's the one who's like, bro, where have you been? And where is this? Do some push-ups. Raise the sword.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope.
Love it.
But it'd be good. Do you remember Conan? Like the last.
Conan Barbarian.
Yeah, the last
cartoon.
No, the film with Schwarzenegger, and even Riddick. The last scene of the film is them on the throne, just sitting there, like bored.
Man looked bare stressed.
Yeah.
He was like, oh man,
bored.
I've got a whole kingdom. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Kind of like how Thor was in the beginning of how Thor was in the big comic. He was like, I got to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I mean, what's action?
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Oh my day.
That'll be dope. Actually.
That'll be good.
So let me tell you what else will be dope about it. So we've got Mark Hamill as Skeletor.
Oh my God.
When I heard about the voices, I was like, Mark. There was a sorry to cut you off, but there was like I take toy photography of someone who had a picture of a toy of Skeletor and a toy of the Joker, and said something like, "You sound familiar."
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Or maybe it was Luke Skywalker or something like that. It was dope.
That's mad.
Yeah, that would be sick. He can. I reckon he can do some sick squeaky voice. Yeah, He-Man. How you won't get rid of me so easily.
I'm excited. We love Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
That was dope. It was so good.
We got Lena Headey.
By the way, Rich, I know you're not rushing it, but he was the Fire King, Fire Lord Ozai in Avatar. I'm just saying.
What that?
Mark Hamill was in Avatar. Mark Hamill. Yeah.
Did they do like the motion capture on him? So I don't remember seeing him in Avatar.
Not in the movie, the cartoon.
Alright.
He said, Kira's like, I'm gonna jump down this internet line and strangle you in a minute. It's a film that shall not be named, okay? Yeah. Before we curse ourselves, to cleanse us of the blue people. Go ahead. Right.
Chris Wood is played Prince Adam and He-Man. Sarah Michelle Gellar is Teela. Liam Cunningham is Man at Arms. Stephen Root as Cringer. Dedrick Baddock.
I barely remember these characters.
I remember those. I remember those ones. It's when you get onto the villains. Like you got Dedrick Baddock has King Randor and Trapjaw. Griffin Newman has Orko. You remember Orko, right? The elf.
Vaguely.
The elf with that O on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't he Orko?
Orko, yeah. Tiffany Smith as Andrea. Henry Rollins as Triclops. Alan Oppenheimer as Mossman. I don't remember Mossman. Susan Eisenberg as Sorceress. Alicia Silverstone as Queen Melina. Justin Long.
Oh, Alicia Silverstone, cool.
Justin Long.
Yeah, I saw that name and I was off.
Justin Long has Roberto. Jason Mewes has Stinkor. Phil Lamar has Hero. Tony Todd has Scareglow. Cree Summer has Priestess. Kevin Michael Richardson has Beastman. Kevin Conroy has Merman. And
wow.
Yeah, we got Batman in there.
Yeah, Batman's in there. And Harley Quinn Smith, who's Kevin Smith's daughter, has Lena. So, I mean...
Kevin Smith named his daughter Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
He is such a
Batman.
Yeah, proper
Batman.
Proper nerd.
If I have a son, I'm naming my son Kylo Ren. No one can tell me nothing. Don't care what anybody says.
Hey, Kylo.
It's a bad boy name.
The name Kylo. Kylo's a sick name, though. That is a sick name.
Yeah, Kylo.
It is,
Kylo's a sick name. See, I got to black it up a bit. I don't know, spell it and some madness or something. Yeah. But his name's Kylo.
Nice. Kevin Smith in August said, "I'm eternally grateful." to Mattel TV and Netflix for entrusting me with not only the secrets of Grayskull but also their entire universe. In Revelation, we pick up right where the classic era left off to tell an epic tale of what may be the final battle between He-Man and Skeletor, brought to life with the most metal character designs, powerhouse animation can contain in a frame. This is the Masters of the Universe story you always wanted to see. I can't remember what Powerhouse Animation did. Let me have a quick look, because I'm sure...
I don't even remember how they ended.
Yeah, the name rings a bell.
Yeah.
Well, He-Man. It's on Netflix.
Like Harborough, yes. Back in the day.
You know what?
Back in the day.
You know where he went into the future? Where He-Man went into the future. Remember that?
I don't remember that
one. Was different.
Are you talking about the cartoon?
It's like almost a different cartoon.
The cartoon that they redid?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Oh. So remember there was the 80s, 90s cartoon that we grew up on. Then there was like a cartoon afterwards, which was supposed to be like
Yeah.
Is that canon? Like is this?
No, I don't think it was. No, I don't think so. No. So you guys would actually like this. Powerhouse Animation. They're the guys behind Castlevania.
I like Castlevania.
That's the only one I actually know, really. I'm so out of touch with anime, man. But if
there's a list,
there's a fat list. If you go on their website, they've got a fat list. There's quite a few Disney XD bumpers. They do. What's that? Epthet Erase. Powerhouse Animation.
Yeah. Well, I like how they animate Castlevania anyway.
Yeah, really I need to watch that.
Yeah. So it should be fun.
Hopefully it will be a good one.
You need to watch it. Season 3 is coming. It'll be good. Yay! Man, Masters of the Universe! Do you remember the theme song? I don't know why. I always... Whenever I see He-Man lifting the sword, and then in my head it switches to like Lion-O, Thunder. Like it just like I used to think of it, watch them back to back, and I'm like, no,
they were around the same time.
Song.
those were two of the best cartoons back in the days, though.
Yeah, they were amazing.
Sick.
Oh my god, bring back Thundercats properly.
Yeah, man,
properly.
Something else.
They did bring back Thundercats, and then
let's not talk about that.
We shall not speak of that. Yeah.
Next, something else.
Hang on, just to clarify, I'm not talking about the little chibi cartoon. I mean, like in 2000,
both of them.
What was it, 9 when we had that dope cartoon?
Yeah.
And then it's in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, something you won't want. Venom 2. There's some leaked photos.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I mean, okay. Venom obviously on the whole was trash.
Yeah.
And then, seeing the leak stuff was like, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just, I mean, Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson will play the role to the best of his ability.
Within the constraints.
With what he's with what he's got to do, whether it be like script, dialogue, and direction. But I have no faith. I don't care if Spider-Man shows up. I really couldn't care less. I'm not supporting the movie. You heard it. I'm just not doing it.
I don't know.
And from sorry, Ish.
No, go.
No. he looks crap, and geeks who read comic books just upset me. Yeah, you lot are just. There's a movie, I'm gonna go see it. Back in the day when it was Spider-Man and when it was X-Men, I understand it's all we had, but we know better now, man. Come on, do you, man? Go enjoy your Venom too.
Yeah, I just don't know where they're gonna. Again, it's like you have a nice bowl of spaghetti bolognese, and then you put, I don't know, like pesto on it. Yeah. That's the first movie. You put pesto on it, and it's like, that's not a vibe. Then you're like, cool, let's go back to basics. And then you put the pasta down, and then you put the meat on, you put bare cheese. Like, no one asked for bare cheese in it. There's too much going on too quickly. So
I love bare cheese.
No, I like bare cheese, but I'm just.
I don't mind cheese.
So I can't have cheese.
No, it's right.
And then you got a pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just
it's like putting it on a Tesco's
kind of
spaghetti bolognese, man. You want the authentic stuff, not the cheap stuff, man. And that's what Venom.
I feel like I agree.
And like you said, trying to
agree with Isha to a point. I get
trying to mix
Venom
stuff in it. So
Venom didn't have enough. Oh, this delay is just.
It's not delayed. I'm just talking over you.
We're not delayed. He's just fucking with you. No, but I understand what Kieran's saying. Like, there wasn't enough of normal Venom. Like, obviously he's anti-hero Venom.
Yeah.
And that's dry.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, now there's Venom and Carnage. It's like, rock. Can
not even
flush Venom out? Well, that's my opinion. Go ahead.
Not even just that. Sorry. Not even just that, but just it's one of those movies for me, like X-Men Apocalypse. Nothing happened. There was got the suit. I'm frozen. Oh no, I'm not frozen. He got the suit, and do you know, I don't have the patience. The movie was crap. What's next? It's been a long day. I really just don't have the patience, man. You guys don't even know. I'll tell you after the show, but it's just been too long.
I'll bring the bat. I'm ready.
Go ahead,
Rich. What are you saying?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what Karen's saying. It's like, it's a shit pasta, and frying bare shit on it is just not helping the situation. It's just, and it's not kind of authentic in the sense that it's not the MCU doing it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't.
Are you gonna go see it?
Do you know what? Actually, I probably won't even go and see it because my life is changed at the moment. So,
you can't just jump.
Yeah, I can't just go.
You gotta make your time right.
Exactly.
But you can see it at home when it comes out.
I'll definitely be doing that. But
what?
But like, if it's a thing where, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know? I feel like if this is how I feel. Because everyone, and I saw it in an interview the other day. Someone said, now you know, to Sony, now you know you can do Spider-Man by yourself, and because they did a nice animated movie.
But that's different, man. A movie.
Most good. Yeah, I know. Everyone does good animated movies. Bad animated movies are really far and few. But do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And to translate that to live action, if they were to translate that to live action, I think it would have been a flop. If it was Sony doing it. And I just feel like, wait.
God.
Gets my point. I feel too, and they say, we can in these movies. We've got Spider-Man, and this doesn't mean it's going to make it good. That's what I was saying.
But that's guys frying on.
That was it. I'm frozen, aren't I?
No, you haven't. You kind of have, but we can still hear you and everything. But saying that, like, going on to the next subject as well.
Delayed it.
It's fine. Going on to the next subject. Sony is reportedly going to introduce a bisexual Spider-Man.
Now, Why?
But that's what I'm saying. So for what they're doing now that they got the Spider-Verse, they're looking, apparently from we got this covered. They're looking to, from their sources, they're saying they're looking to do a live action Spider-Verse. Which in itself is, I don't know, it could be interesting. It could mess up the whole thing. But I think, if you have the main Spider-Man, then don't switch it around and do some mad things like make Peter Parker like Patricia Parker or something, or change the whole thing around.
It's just.
But
okay, cool, fine. I'm sorry to cut you. If it's multiverse and he just happens to be a bisexual Spider-Man, calm, not a problem. There's other Spider-Mans. Bring Miles Morales. Bring whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Why? Why does he need to be bisexual? He's already a teenager.
The one thing,
and has problems.
Another thing to add on to this is that they are talking about bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and making Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man gay or bisexual.
Why?
Well, apparently, back in 2013, Garfield said that he thinks Spider-Man could be portrayed as gay. And basically what happened with his character, obviously last time when Gwen Stacy died, that might have, like, I don't know, whatever, I don't know,
what?
Could have changed it, or
she died and then like he just suddenly started liking dick. No, like it's just leave him alone. Just leave Spider-Man alone. Like, as a bisexual person, it's fine. Not everybody needs to be bisexual. Okay, some people are just straight. Yeah, yeah. Spider-Man straight. He likes, what's her face? Oh, look, I've forgotten her name now. Red hair. I can't remember her name.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane.
He likes Mary Jane. He did a thing with Black Cat. He's calm. You know what I mean? His son's alright. You know what I mean? If you were gonna be like, okay, he came out a little bit weird because maybe Venom him up, but yeah. It's fine. You don't need to bisexualize him.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you want to, in another universe, that's fine. Because it's from another universe. It's a different Spider-Man. But this Spider-Man, in this universe, it's straight.
Like,
there we go.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
I feel like it's forced. I feel like it's forced. It's not organic.
Yeah.
I feel like it's forced. I don't heard of this, but the alphabet people were petitioning for Spider-Man to be gay because apparently geeks are cool now, so it really shows the struggle that he goes through. Why not make him something from the alphabet? And I just think like you guys won't be happy until you have everything, really. And again, I've got nothing against these ways, but I just like that's not Spider-Man. I'm still not even like. I remember when they made, and some people were like outraged. Some people, obviously, the alphabet people were like, yeah. And then there were some people who were just like, it doesn't matter. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it.
Well, I think a lot of the time it's just. I think a lot of the time
if they do it, if it's Tom Holland,
you're cutting out.
Huh?
Yeah.
You can't.
Go ahead. Go.
I think.
What are you saying?
I think a lot of the time it's not. It's more of the studios that are kind of like, we gotta pander to what's going on now. We gotta do like, we can't put too much violence in this now. We can't do that based on what is happening in society. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change. Like even with things like Ironheart in the comics, when they changed her they didn't change her, they created her, and it's basically Iron Man, a female Iron Man who's a woman, and it's like, well, you didn't really have to do that, and then they create other characters to kind of like just take over, like with Miles Morales. That was more a natural progression. That was kind of like
that was organic.
That was organic, yeah.
That was organic.
It wasn't kind of pandering to what they believe people want to see, and I think that's kind of what irks people sometimes. Is like, you don't need to change a character to pander to other people. You just bring it in organically. You don't change characters to suit everybody. You know, you don't have.
Yeah. And as well, it's like the MCU has a plethora of characters, of some of who we haven't even seen yet, who could be. And it's just like, well, you're going on about, oh, well, you're going to make Spider-Man bisexual. Then where can change into a bisexual? Is he transsexual? Is he transgender? You can't even place her. She's a polymorph. Like,
who's that?
She can change in, like,
Mystique.
She can change into anybody. Or morph. He could change into anybody.
Well, actually, in Thingy, she's married to Destiny, isn't it? She's Destiny's her wife. So, yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, even I know we're going to talk about X-Men a bit later, but even in that comic we're going to talk about, she said, you know, bring me back my spoilers and that, but she says, bring me back my wife.
Bring me back my wife.
And that was organic in the sense that people were wondering. They knew that Destiny and Mystique were together, but they didn't know to what extent. You know, they didn't know that they were really kind of. But that kind of sealed it. But it came out naturally. It came out in a way that, you know, there was previous comics of them being together and having romance, but it's like nothing's really solid until it's said in stories. So you know, but you don't. I don't know. We can do this.
Just don't try so hard. Just leave people. Just leave the comics. Just leave them.
Just for those who are listening or who may be part of the LGBTQ, I don't want anyone to think I'm coming across as biased. So as an example, when they changed DC Comics to the New 52, and they made Wally West. I love red-haired, green Wally West, Kid Flash. That's my dude. When they made him black, I thought it was unnecessary. It was, because even that felt forced. Miles Morales and into it just as a different Spider-Man. That was so organic. It was so natural. But it's like, if you make Iceman gay, make the Flash black, and I'm like, it is so
that was
you don't need to do it. Just create new, that's all you got to do.
That was well forced, because back in the days, Iceman used to be the character. Iceman
just make you.
He
was a G. He was a Donnie. He was so.
He was. And then
it matters. When people say it doesn't matter, these people become your comic book or TV heroes because you can relate to them. And if you feel like you can't find a character to in that medium, don't just change a character that's been around. Make a new character. You're there. You're in the space. Make a new character. Anyway.
Or if you really wanted, ambiguous characters or characters who you don't normally see, go and source out all those actual comic book artists and writers who write LGBT comics, and you know what I mean, or you know, because there are out there. They're at Comic-Con. They got some really fun comics. Like, go and get them and then make your own universe. Obviously, you can whatever, but as someone who is part of the LGBTQRST, have the fucking letters there are in there, I'm biased. Stop doing it. Don't like it. Okay? Right. Let's go. Move on.
Next one is Ultraman. Regia.
Ooh, and the connection is bad today.
Yeah, it's a little bad. It's bearable though. It is bearable, just about. Hopefully for you guys. Hopefully for the listeners, it's bearable.
You know you love us, listeners. We appreciate you, Sean, and Keith, and all the other people.
So Ultraman, tell us about Ultraman actually, because I know that they had Ultraman on Netflix. But this one seems to be a new one with like a fusion Ultraman.
I'm not quite sure. I was like, because I just thought it was like not a reboot thing, but like you said, just like a nice little fusion. But it feels very Power Rangers, but I'm not quite sure in what direction they're going in or what Ultraman's trying to do. So I'm still looking for some more information, but I don't know. You're like the lawnmower man of all information, so please tell me what's going on with Ultraman, because I just sourced the information.
That's the thing. I'm
to dig for it.
I'm not really sure what this one was, because like I said, the last Ultraman that I kind of noticed was from the Netflix, and I know that they did they did like a second season. And this one seems to be like a like a live action Ultraman, but with so some pictures have come out with him. Yeah, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. Sorry, because I thought.
I know.
I thought you was it like.
Okay. I was like, oh, there must be some more information. Because I was looking, I was like, I don't know what's going on with this Ultraman. I was waiting for hopefully that there's some more information. I was like, Rich will find it because Rich finds everything. But I'm glad that we're both in the same place because we're like, I don't know what's going on.
So basically, Tush, I can't even pronounce that. But this company that I can't pronounce has unveiled a new look for Ultraman Reiga, Fusion Ultra, that will debut in the Ultraman Tigra, the movie. Ultraman Reiga is a fusion. Reiga. There you go. Is a fusion of all 11 new generation Ultra heroes using the new generation Eye transformation device, which contains the power of all the new generation heroes. Tiger is the 31st series of the Ultra series and the first series released in the Reiwa period. So it should.
It's like they've given you information, but they haven't given you any information.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know Ultraman, so. But the movie it premieres in Japanese theaters on March the 6th, so we'll find out then.
Yay! So anybody who likes Ultraman, there you go. But we don't really know. I did notice Ultraman.
The old
back in the days.
Action show used to come on. Yeah, didn't it used to come on Fox Kids or Sky One or something?
Yeah, but I never I watch it, but not really pay attention to it. And then when Power.
I would just wait for him to turn into Ultraman and then do his thing. I would never really pay attention to what was going on.
But then when
bear in mind, at the time we were very heavy into Power
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I kind of knew about it before Power Rangers, but then when Power Rangers came out, it was more like, obviously it's American and it kind of seemed similar to Ultraman, whereas the guy in his suit breaking buildings and stuff like that with monsters. So I kind of geared more to kind of Power Rangers than Ultraman, but I never really. But I think I'll give this a shot though, when it comes out.
Yeah, give Ultraman a go. Yeah. Nothing about him, but hey, he's been around. He's done some things.
Indeed.
Well done, Ultraman. And next.
A history of black horror.
Ooh, yes.
So
this.
Look. I don't even know what that means.
So this was. This is a little documentary that was out last year, which I need to watch. It looks actually good, but basically it's a documentary that actually talks about the history of black people in horror films, pretty much.
Us getting killed.
Well, exactly.
That's a part of it. Yes.
That's all that happens to us in those old movies.
Well, no, because in the trailer they were talking about how it's before black people were portrayed by white people, obviously in blackface, and then they had this, so they were the ones causing the horror, and then when they started casting black people later, again, that's when the whole premise of black person doesn't survive the whole film. They always die in the first 5. Yeah, which was all true because we all went to the cinema. Give this man 5 minutes. Man's dead. Cool, why am I here? That, and then obviously the progression of it now is that we've kind of carved our way of having our own narrative. We can then tell stories from in our perspective and stuff like that, and you know, I mean, having things like Get Out and Us and Annabelle and whatever else and Ma and all that stuff, where we actually get to do some killing, which is kind of good because I feel like, you know, repressed anger and shit. So no, but yeah, I really want to watch this documentary because it really does look good, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for where we're going to go in this black noir horror.
Yeah, no, I want to watch it as well because it does look good. It does like interview like I keep saying like too much, but it does interview like some good people. You've got see, this is why I can't remember names. Comes back. He's got the guy who was Candyman. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Candyman. You've got Tony Todd, that's his name. Jordan Peele. You've got Ernest Dickerson. You've got
the girl who was in The Craft. Love that, can't remember her name.
Craft.
Is a board. Love that film. But anyway, yeah, go. Remember The Craft?
No, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that movie.
Oh my God, you need
It's
to
got
watch
what's her face from
film.
What's her face from Scream in it?
Yes.
What's her face from Scream?
Oh,
yeah, I've seen that movie.
what's his
name?
name's sister or something?
Whose sister?
Dame Dash.
What about Wednesday?
Is it Dame Dash's sister? Stacey Dash.
Stacey Dash.
Is that
Stacey
No.
Dash? It wasn't Stacey
okay.
Dash.
I'm thinking about that.
But I can see why you'd say that. I can them two probably get mixed up. Yeah.
It's the nose. But there was this. I don't know if you guys remember this black sitcom called Half and Half.
Yeah.
Yes. What?
She was one of the main characters. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah. When you see, you know.
Right.
But yes, loads of great people getting interviewed in there. Loads of black actors and stuff like that. And by the way, aren't they making another Candyman?
Apparently they are. Yes, I heard that a few months back.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder who's playing Candyman.
I think it might be Todd.
Did you ever do that in the mirror?
Yeah, of course. I used to be scared to do that, man. That show messed me up back in the days.
I used to do it many times. I say it 5 times. I'd say 6. I'm like, I don't know. It's not coming. Stop.
Is that Bloody Mary, is it?
Oh, Bloody Mary. Okay, let me not jinx because there's enough going on right now. So yeah, but yes, go watch Black Horror Story. Very good.
Yeah.
It looks fun. But is it on
well, it was the trailer was out last year. This time last year. Let's have a quick look, see where it's actually showing. Because I wouldn't be surprised if it was on Netflix or something like that. Let's
play some lift music. A few moments later.
It's actually called Horror Noir.
Oh, Horror Noir. Yes. Well, we'll find out where it is and we'll put it in the link.
Yeah, it's not actually
something down there or to the side.
Yeah, I can't see where it's playing, but yeah, Horror Noir.
Okay.
Check it out.
Horror Noir.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff on internet, that was a crap one. Let's talk about some teasers and trailers that we saw last week. Or actually, the last 2 weeks, because we weren't here last week, unfortunately. But
I know.
So
times are hard out there. Yeah.
In the last 2 weeks,
right? Does anybody watch how it should have ended?
Yeah. Which one?
My
how it should have
mind's
ended. They recently did a card. They did a card. They came out yesterday, basically teasing the Batman teaser. Recently,
oh no, I didn't watch that one.
And all the speculation about the bat symbol, all the speculation about the bat symbol being his gun. He's like, why so specific? Where did you get that information from? It was really funny because it was basically everything I said when the T came out that everyone else was saying. Everyone was like, oh, it was like a 2-minute theories and 10-minute videos.
Yeah.
I'm like, getting this information from. Did you watch the same teaser that I saw? And then all this information. I'm like, what? Where did you see?
All right, so
anyway, how it should have ended. They did a little cartoon on that.
Yeah. Yeah, break it up.
Sorry, what? Okay. No, I don't want to break up. No breaking up. I love this relationship. So good. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, I get what you're saying about that, but these people, they have to make videos that last for like 10 minutes, and they go and they look at the details on it, and they just come up with assumptions. A lot of it is just assumptions, but yeah, from the trailer, from that little teaser that they had of Batman, I think it looks good. It looks okay. I thought the teaser looked good, but then they had like set photos as well of him on the bike and Catwoman on the bike as well. I didn't really like the suit on those photos and videos. I thought it was a bit too kind of what's the word? It wasn't really uniform. It was just kind of patches of different things. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, what the trailer was giving me like really, really hardcore Dick Grayson vibes. Like all I could picture, like literally when the trailer come out, I was like, Teen Titans. If Dick Grayson was in Teen Titans, a bit long. Like all I could see was adult Dick Grayson. I know Dick Grayson in Teen Titans is adult, but like I was like, right, he just looks like Dick Grayson. Like why is he not why is he not Nightwing? Like what was going on?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Like he didn't. I don't know. He just didn't look Batman-ish to me.
Yeah, he did. I thought he looked Batman-ish, but I liked it. But just the other photos of the whole suit, I didn't like the whole look of it in that scene.
Okay.
So, I don't know. And the thing with basically what Karen was talking about as well, like with the bat sign on the chest. Apparently, that's made out of the gun as well.
That shot his parent. Yeah.
So
I was like, okay. I was like, firstly, how did you get it? And secondly, like, what's going on? But again, there's not enough trailer for you to like form like a proper opinion. Like it's just like, oh, okay, he's out here. Like, all right, when's the film dropping? When there's a 30-second trailer, and when they do like a 15-minute trailer, then we can make some
a lot more.
But like until then, it's just like, okay, cool. Right. So he's really playing Batman. Cool. Okay. Didn't want to change your mind? No, okay. But yeah.
The other trailers that were out were Stranger Things. The Green Knight.
What's that one?
The Green Knight, Castlevania Season 3, Spiral from the Book of Saw, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy, and this one was a game, but Samurai Jack Battle Through Time.
So, firstly, before anybody starts anything, okay, I do love Castlevania, but I'm jumping straight to Samurai Jack. Don't kill. No,
yeah, man.
So bring that game of Samurai Jack. I saw it literally last minute. We had to put it back on. We had to put it on the silicon. We're getting all excited, but they've got a game out, Samurai Jack, and you battle through the timeline of when Samurai Jack got thrust into the past or the future, and you got to fight, and it's just it
looks good, man. It looks good. It's even got the bearded Jack as well.
I know. I'm just like, yay! I wonder if you can pick your different Jacks, like from when he started, or like when the middle Jack or the bearded Jack. You just like go into different. I'm just very excited about that.
Yeah, proper. I am as well. Definitely.
Well done.
That and Final Fantasy VII. Those are the two games on my list for this year, I think.
Ooh.
I haven't watched the trailer, but I'll give it a watch.
Did you?
Give it a watch.
Did you used to watch Samurai Jack? Did you watch him?
Yeah, of course I did.
Did you watch
all the time? Yeah.
Did you guys watch the last season?
Yeah.
Yeah,
where he ended it. Yeah, that was sick.
Man.
And he married a girl, and then
did spoilers?
Look, if you ain't seen it,
nah, man, that's one thing you can't spoil, man.
Well, how long was it? 3 years ago now? I ain't got time for that.
He married Ashley.
If you don't know, you
and
won't.
Because of the timeline continuum.
Yeah.
Once you kill my man, like what's his name? I forgot Aku. I might name a child Aku. Like, but then you kill Aku, and because he came on the wedding day, man's like, yes, I killed Aku. I brought my girl back into the right timeline. I'm gonna get married. There's blossoms and shit. And then she was like walking down the aisle. She looks up. She's like, nah, found out. And like he grabs her, well she doesn't do that, but like, you know, she grabs her, and then she's just like, oh, I love you, and then she fades into nothingness. Very sad.
Libby's.
But then Jack is sitting under a blossom tree, and then a ladybird lands on him, and he smiles, and I'm like, it just warms my heart. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was sick.
Great.
It was.
Do not make that into a live action, okay? Leave Samurai Jack alone.
Nah.
Leave him alone.
No, that would have to be a series, man. That would have to be a series, like a proper series.
My days.
Who
would you have? Anyway, go on. But yes, other trailers. Castlevania, Things 4.
Okay, so Castlevania and Stranger Things 4 for me. Like I said, I haven't seen any of Castlevania, so season 3 trailer didn't really do any. I didn't even really watch it. Stranger Things 4, I'm kind of getting tired of Stranger Things now, and 3 was I barely kind of watched it anyway. Like I did watch it, but I was kind of bored, kind of thing. So 3 didn't really do much for me either. The Green Knight looks interesting, but Transformers.
I didn't watch that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Transformers War on Cybertron trilogy. That looks sick. So,
yeah,
it's
an animated series, and Mark was running around going, what?
Yeah, who?
Like,
Mark?
Mark, you know Mark?
No, no. This is the cartoon. It's basically on Netflix. It will be a Netflix show, and it's basically the Transformers in Cybertron, the animated Transformers, basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. No. It's just that, you know, because in the films, he just continues, like, it's just nice to have a break.
Yeah.
Some Transformers. Like,
yeah, for real.
Have some nice Transformers and just, there we go. So, but, I have, the Castlevania one, I'm excited about, because Castlevania, the storylines, and I'm excited to see how they just, I don't know what.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
And isn't it? Break up now. So it's just like there we go. Right. So we need like more episodes. That's the only thing with Castlevania. They only like dish out like 4 or 6 episodes, and it's like,
oh really? Is that it?
I waited 5 years. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I think the second season is like 4 episodes, and you're just like, hi kids, and then it's like, what is happening?
Okay. So I thought it was like 10 episodes or something like that.
But yeah.
Oh, now we're losing Isha.
You know what? I'm gonna call Tease here on the source wall. It's okay. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Because the coronavirus is not catching me. Right, here we go. I'm getting on the floor, but now it's too dark, so I'm gonna turn around because the light's this way. See, I'm just in a very. Am I a bit better?
Yeah,
is this
a lot better.
Is this better? There we go.
Sweet.
There we go. Fuck you internet.
So, what about for you, Karen? You watch any of these trailers?
So the only one I watched, if you can hear me, is the Transformers War on Cybertron, which I thought looked dope, and especially with it being actually on Cybertron, there's no like kid factor. I love that there's no kid factor. There's no child. All the Transformers cartoons that have been out in years, they make friends with a child. Yeah. And I just loved it. Also, you know, it looked real. How like Optimus Prime seems to be damn near obsessed with this war, with this battle, and he's got his team like, you need to kind of calm down a bit and think about us and not just. Do you know what I mean? It looks like a really dope trailer. It looks like it's got a lot of heart. I actually can't wait to watch that. The other one I watched was Batman, which you guys, I ain't got an opinion on it because it was like a minute of nothing. I don't know what Green Knight is. I've never watched Castlevania. Spiral, the Book of Sword. That was the Chris Rock one, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
I watched that.
That looked alright.
That looked
good?
Yeah, it looks good. It's got Samuel Jackson. It's basically, I think it's supposed to be like a prequel to Saw or something, right? Or another.
That's what.
Or something. I'm not too sure. I'm not really up on the.
I'm not sure if it's.
I think it's a Saw installment or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks good. Chris Rock is the one producing it. Or whatever. That's good, that one. And I haven't watched the Stranger Things trailer.
Not missing much.
I just feel like I want to watch it when it comes out. I'm at a point where, like, I love the characters, but the show, like, it was never as good as it was in season one.
Put
it that way. So I'll watch it when it comes out. But I'm not excited. That's really on the trailer. For me, that is anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, so
the one I was excited for is today is pissing me off.
Go on. The one you're most excited for is you left us on the cliffhanger, man.
It's just the Transformers.
Okay.
Transformers. Alright then, let's go on to the comic news then. Let's move on. Alright, so comic news. Dan DiDio has left DC.
Oh dear.
So, Dan DiDio.
Why?
Well, no one knows for sure really. But he's been a long time co-publisher of DC. In fact, he's how many years has been there? He's been there for 18 years.
Okay, so he served his time.
Yeah, he served his time. But the thing was, I think the most controversial thing about it was that, like, there was no kind of warning about it or anything. Even like the day before he left, it was like they've got like a retailer's site on Facebook or something, and he was updating on that. So the next day he kind of like he's not there anymore. So that it's kind of weird.
Okay.
There's a lot of like hearsay about Dan DiDio. I don't know him personally or anything, or really kind of listen too much about rumors and that. But from what I've been hearing, he's a great person, but not a great person to work with. He's kind of difficult, apparently. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about what's happening?
Boy, well, if man's just cutting out of the blue, then I don't know, like maybe he's got another venture he just wants to thing, or maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable. Like I said, if he's hard to work with, then he doesn't feel comfortable in his work environment. Which, if you're the person who's uncomfortable to work with, then it's kind of your fault. So like, you know what I mean? But common courtesy is like, people, I'm out, or give 2 weeks notice or something. You know what I mean? So, but if you're just cutting to cut, then you know, what can I say? You're kind of rich. You're not Bob rich, but you're
like the TV.
Nah.
The TV. No. Was he just mainly the comic book then?
He work on a lot of. I thought he did.
Nah.
You know,
no, that's
as long as the comic books get released, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's Jeff Johns who does the movie stuff, and he does more of the movie stuff now. But I think what was happening was I
know Dan.
Go ahead, say it again.
Go. I was just gonna say I know Dan Didio's name, but I don't know what he does exactly. So for him stepping down, I don't really think. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, no. Well, he was basically the publisher, basically. Sorry. Whoops. So he joined the company in January 2002 as vice president editorial, while he co-wrote Superboy. In 2014, he was promised to VP executive editor, and then in 2010, he and Jim Lee took over DC's publisher title following the retirement of Paul Levitz. Over the years, Didio moonlighted as a writer for DC on several occasions, including the current Metal Men 12-issue series. This is all coming from Newsarama and CBR. This is the seventh departure from DC's editorial department in the past 6 months, following the exit of Pat McCallum, Molly Mahan, Rob Levine, Alex Anton, Dan Telfer, and Harvey Richards.
DC ain't doing well.
No, they're not. So basically, he was a co-publisher with Jim Lee. I think from what I heard, he was more of taking care of the writing side of things, and JimLee takes more care of the artist side of things. So I think a lot of people, from what I said before, it's all, I don't know, I'm not in that world, so from what I'm saying, it's all assumptions and what hearsay. But from what I hear, a lot of people didn't really get along with him professionally. There's been talks about him like wanting to change stories and do things that people are not happy with. Like for instance, they're doing this new was it Gen G5? Which is in the internet thing. It's basically 5 generations. I think from what I hear, it's like you've got like the golden age kind of or the silver age of DC. Then you've got like the golden age, and you've got the rebirth, and then New 52, then rebirth, and then you got the future. So you got, like we were saying earlier, like the older Batman, whoever takes on Batman after, or the Green Lantern after, or the Flash after. So a lot of people are kind of not really looking forward to it in a sense. So there's talk of, because he's going, they might not do that, but I don't think that's the case. I think they'll still do that. And also because obviously I think, I can't remember what company brought, I think it's Time Warner brought DC, or I can't remember what company it was, but they recently got brought out, and it's the people at the top kind of filtering people out. But
DC, man,
there's a lot going on.
There is, like, your films are trash, your company's not doing well, you're postponing comics. I just feel like Jim Lee just needs to come back to Image or Marvel, one of the two, or just do your own publications. DC just need a new revamp of everything. You need to reboot your whole company. How about that? Whole company.
Maybe give the job to Brian Michael Bendis. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not reading everything that I'm not reading everything that he's doing, but he is killing it. Like he really is.
Well, that's another thing that I heard as well is like he kind of brought in Brian Michael Bendis, and there's some things where this is all things that I've heard. I listen to a lot of podcasts and watch a lot of
pinch of salt.
So take it with a pinch of salt. But like he brought in Brian Michael Bendis, and there's a lot of things that Jeff Johns had done in the DC universe that Brian Michael Bendis has kind of not really taken into account in his stories. He's kind of just ignored them. Basically, pretty much. It's like we've got a continuity here that's happening. Let's try and stick to the continuity, but it's like, nah, it's alright.
Nah, fuck it, just do it.
Okay. So yeah, and so it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird.
Okay, well, bye Bob and bye William. See you later.
Dan, DiDio.
Dan and Bob. What is this one syllable names that just be at the top of everything?
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. Sorry. What's next?
Okay, next one is Tom King. He is teasing a Batman and Catwoman pregnancy.
I mean, what would they be called? Batcat.
I
Meowing.
I really can't.
How many times has Batman and Catwoman tried to get married?
Yeah, I was gonna say that like leading up to like a wedding. That didn't happen, but now I can't be bothered with it.
Okay, so they have had a kid before back in the days.
I mean,
back in the 50s, they actually got married and had a daughter named Helena Wayne, and she ended up becoming a huntress.
Yeah, okay. I know her from like Earth 2. Huntress, that's from Earth 2 though.
Yeah.
From and Earth then 2 continuity.
But it happened again. Well, actually, in 2006, after Infinite Crisis, and she had another daughter again called Helena, but she wasn't. It wasn't Batman's daughter. It was Sam Bradley Jr. But that again was retconned. So
now they're gonna have
I don't know.
Batcat.
Yeah.
Are we excited about this Batcat? Or
no, it's cool. I just think it's if you are gonna go through with the wedding, why even do a pregnancy?
Okay, let's think of it this way. They didn't do the wedding. That had something to do with Bane and all that shizzle anyway as well. They just recently killed Alfred, and now he's going to have a baby with Catwoman. So there is stuff that's actually moving on. It is moving on pretty quick, in a sense that you know. I don't know. I don't know really. I don't know how to take it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how to take it.
What are you gonna do? You know that Alfred's not hearing it. Who's raising the child while you two are just out slinging? You know what I mean? Kicking up ass.
Dr. Leslie Tompkins will do it.
Yeah.
Were you gonna make friends with Penguin and be like, "Can you hold my firstborn?" Like, you know what I mean? It's just, no one's doing this. Like, are you really having a baby? Like, come on. Like, I don't know. You're gonna give it to Nightwing and like, what's going on? Okay, what's going on? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't care. It's DC. You know how I feel, but yeah, if you can have a baby, I don't know, make it exciting or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, we'll see. It'll probably end up being like a dream thing or something. Yeah, Sean's saying Damien's gonna be pissed. That's gonna be interesting. Like, Damien will be pissed, man.
I'm confused with Damien. I'm not reading Batman sort of stuff. Is Damien in the Legion of Superheroes in the future, or is he here in the current timeline?
No, he's here in the current. Well, I haven't been reading the Legion stuff, but from what I understood, the last that I kind of understood, is that his hair is only Superboy / Jonathan Kent who he's basically gone with the Legion. So basically what happened, which is kind of weird as well in a sense, is that Jonathan was younger than Damian, and then he went off of gallivanting with Superman's father, who survived the decimation of Krypton, and then he basically got trapped for a few years. He came back to Superman and Lois looking like a full-blown 14, 15-year-old. When he left, he was like 10 or 11 or something like that. So he's had quite a few, he's older now. And then as soon as he comes back, the Legion come from the future to take him away to the future so he can do other stuff. So it's like, I don't there's a lot of madness going on in the past year with Jonathan Kent. But from what I understand, I don't think Damian's gone with them. I haven't read that much.
The reason I asked, because I don't know if you've seen the image, I don't know if you follow Brian Michael Bendis, but there's like a Damian Wayne holding up a batarang,
right?
And then it's like, so that's the image you see, but then the Legion are standing in front of that, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
So I just wondered, and also Tim Drake is running with Young Justice, and I figured, and Superboy is back with Young Justice, so I assume we can't have 2 Robins and 2 Superboys. Let's just send them to the Legion so that we can have Tim Drake and Connor Kent be, you know what I mean? That's what I thought they were doing.
Oh, right.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll Google it.
This sounds like a whole stew of a lot of going on. Going on right
there
now,
is.
But
it seems like
there's a lot of legacy. There's a lot of legacy DC. It says if you don't know, it's kind of hard to keep up. But
that's the thing. I kind of don't know in a sense. I kind of know the basics, but don't know the intricate details of, like, you know. Yeah, I'm not that far into DC as much as I am with Marvel. Yeah. So, are we done with that one?
Oh, hell yeah! Go ahead.
Burn that pregnant. Yeah, burn that pregnant. Okay.
So, next one is Cable and Deadpool meet for the first time again.
Yeah.
So basically, if you guys don't know,
it'll be young Cable.
Yeah, we've now got a young Cable who came from the future to kill the old Cable because he weren't doing his job properly. So now, old Cable's dead, young Cable's here, and apparently he's going to meet Deadpool for the first time again in issue 3 of Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto Cable.
Okay.
So Marvel's description reads: Deadpool considers Cable one of his best friends, but the young star of this new ongoing series will be a different Cable than the one he remembers. Not yet the grizzled old veteran Deadpool has teamed up with in the past. Nathan Summers will be meeting Deadpool for the first time in an adventure that will prove that this is one friendship that is destined to be.
Right.
Fair enough. Well, yeah.
Have you been reading Young Cable?
I'm not reading Cable, so
No,
I've not been reading it.
I can't voice an opinion. Yeah, I mean, I have been keeping up with X-Men. My only thing is that when he first appeared, I was like when he first appeared, that was wrong anyway, because he shouldn't have killed his older self. The only thing in my head is like, okay, Cyclops, and not that his mother is Jean, his mother is the clone of Jean, but they never really had a proper relationship with him. So that side of things is kind of good, but then that's the only thing really. Everything else about him is just like, why do we have him here?
Yeah.
So
I've noticed they're trying to build this brother and sister relationship with him and Hulk.
Yeah.
Which is quite mildly entertaining to see.
Yeah.
But again, not necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's not anything that I'm too regarding what's going on with it. I feel like there's bigger details regarding X-Men that's more important than Cable being friends with Deadpool or Cable establishing a relationship with Hope. It's like bigger things. Like I'm more concerned with what's going on with Mystique.
Yeah, we'll get onto that.
It's whatever, yo.
Yeah. But, I mean, if young Cable's coming in to like, or whatever, kill himself, whatever, blah blah blah. But then he's introducing a new era of something, or he's bringing like a more devastating character into the mix. Great, but make that apparent, because then cloning, it's just long. And you've done it 1,000 bajillion times with bringing people back, then killing them, and it's just long. It's just It's like the Batman thing. We really don't
Alright. We're gonna get onto that cloning thing and X-Men in a bit. But one last thing on the comic book news is Jonathan Hickman clears up what happened with Professor X and Fantomex confusion. Okay. So basically, before this whole Powers of X and House of X, Powers of 10 and House of X, there was a astonishing X-Men series, and basically that series back in 2017, it brought back Professor X, but the way it brought him back, because if you can remember, he actually died in I think it was X-Men versus AVX. And basically his consciousness was in the astral plane, and some of the astonishing X-Men, they had to battle Legion bad guy. This happened to me a couple. Shadow King. Yes, deja vu.
I got you.
They had to battle Shadow King, and part of Xavier's consciousness was still there. But the way that they defeated him, they defeated Shadow King, was Fantomex had to sacrifice his body so that Xavier can go inside his mind and get out of the astral plane and into Fantomex. So basically, Professor X was in Fantomex's head. That comic finished. We had the whole Age of X-Men, which I didn't read because it just looked crap. Then after that, we had Powers of X, Powers of 10, and House of X. Basically, Xavier's back. He's walking. He's got a helmet on his head. People were thinking it was Reed Richards from the maker from the universe. What's it called? The Ultimate Universe.
Ultimate Universe.
But it wasn't. So people were like, so if it's not Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, so is it Fantomex? Basically, Jonathan Hickman said, it was Fantomex, but then, spoiler alert, in X-Force issue 1, I think, he got shot in the head. And basically, and then, as you know now, in X-Men, no mutants can really die because they can just grow their body again, and their consciousness goes into that body. He's back in his old body again, so that's all cleared up, nice and dusty.
There you go.
There you go.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Nice.
Thanks for that. Yeah, that was the most simplest.
So
part.
wait. So how is he back in his new body?
So basically, he died in Fantomex's body, and now that they can resurrect mutants using the five, they resurrected his old body and put his consciousness in it. Basically.
Oh, so when he got killed a few issues ago, that was Fantomex's body.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you're not following, it's because you're not a geek people, but it's okay, we're going to teach you, and then this stuff is just going to become normal to you. It's going to be fine. There we go.
There's a lot to go through. There's a lot.
But it's good.
So even though the whole Moira McTaggart thing happened, okay, whatever.
Yeah, so that Moira thing happened, but then
but it's fine. I understand.
Okay.
He gets it. He gets it. Okay, let's move on.
Right.
Thanks, Jonathan. Great, amazing.
Next thing is reviews.
I don't have a review this week, so it's fine. I'm reviewing life. It's great. It's cold. Don't catch corona. Read comics and listen to the Source Hall. That's my review. Hey!
Alright. Karen, your reviews, if you can.
Exactly. Which one should I do first? They're listening.
Right. I'm really excited about this comic. It's not Marvel. It's not DC. It's actually Image. It's called On the Stump. On the Stump, and it's by Chuck Brown, and the art is by.
Karen, can I stop you for a second?
A world where. Yeah.
Sorry. Let me just stop you. Let's see if we can just do audio, and see if that one will run better. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take all in together. Go audio. There we go. I took my video off. Go for it. Go, Kieran. Go.
I have to turn my video off.
Yeah. Or just mute your video or whatever you do. I don't know what's going on.
I don't even know how to do that. Can you not hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's called On the Stump, and it's by Brown and Prentice Clayton. And it's basically about these politicians who whatever bills or laws that they want to pass, they have to do it by fighting, and it was just actually really, really good. It starts off with this Senator Mel Shaw fighting Senator Jack Hammer, which is really dope. So goes to see the senator who won. I forgot why actually. Ask him, why you decided to win this fight? You've never won a fight in years, and he was like, "Well, they tried to bribe me, but I didn't want to take the bribe. I don't believe in what it is that they're doing." Later on, the guy who lost was in the hospital, found those two guys, and they killed him. But long and short of it is, so I'm feeling too distracted to explain this, but it's a really, really good first issue, and I'm really, really apprehensive with new comics. But this one was well written. The artwork is pretty cool. It's got that kind of, the kind of art where you can see their face, but you can't see their face, if that makes sense, depending on the panel. Almost sketchy artwork. I like it.
Yeah.
Sketchy when they do go into the face. When they do go into the face, it's really, really detailed. And it's really well written. And I like little things like there's a character who's wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. I love that about Image Comics. And it was just a really dope read. It's definitely I'll definitely be going for issue 2 because I really want to see where this is going. I'm sorry if I didn't explain it to the best. I'm being really distracted at the moment.
No,
but On the Stump by Image issue 1. If you can, I would definitely recommend this one.
Sweet.
It's only issue 1, so you still have time. You still have time for issue. I'm going to give this 4 geeks out of 5. Yeah.
Wow.
That's that.
Good.
Nice.
That's what I'm reviewing today. I also got a new Marvel Legend. It's Cosmic Ghost Rider on the bike, which I'm too excited to take it out of the box at the moment. But I watched a couple of reviews and it just looks amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And you guys know that I've been on my Cosmic Ghost Rider thing since his inception. So this was a must, and it just looks like an amazing figure. The bike looks awesome. I was watching a review by Shartmus Prime Rich.
Yeah.
In the in the sphere on the back. So I'm going to do that as well to display it. I'm just really excited for this figure. So yeah, that's my reviews. I'm sorry if it wasn't that good, but
it was good.
It's a bit frazzled.
It's fine. So you don't have to apologize for nothing. It's fine. We appreciate the fans we have. It's okay. Okay, Rich, go do your review.
Okay, so what was I going to review? I was going to review X-Men issue 6 and Thor issue 3. I'll do it really quick. With Thor issue 3, so basically what's happened is Thor's got the power. Thor's got the power cosmic, and basically the last issue 2, Beta Ray Bill has arrived. Now Beta Ray, if you know, Beta Ray Bill was like the only one back in the days who could pick up Thor's hammer. So now it starts off and you just see a blooded hammer, Thor's blooded hammer, and it's basically saying that, you know, Thor's a god. He can die. He grows old, but he's a god, and his lifetime is like anything that happens, like whatever's happening now with the Avengers and things like that, it all happens to him in like a blink of an eye kind of thing, because he lives for so long. So there's many battles that he's been in, loads of thousands of battles that he's been in that he just doesn't remember, and it shows like a battle that he had years ago, blah blah blah. He doesn't remember that battle, but what he does remember is this battle right now with him and Beta Ray Bill. Because Beta Ray Bill, if you don't know, Galactus destroyed his planet back in the days, and so Beta Ray Bill has something against Galactus, and now seeing that Thor has the power cosmic, he believes that Thor is under Galactus' spell, kind of thing. So he's trying to get Thor out of it. In a way, he's trying to talk to him, saying, "Yo, you know," because in the last issue, Galactus actually destroyed the planet. Thor didn't want that to happen. Thor just wanted him to drain the planet, and all the inhabitants from the planet, they're in Asgard now. Thor wanted, because Galactus needs the power, because I think this is one planet out of 5. I think there's 5 other planets that the Silver Surfer kind of hid from Galactus, because they're so powerful. It's like, I don't know. It's like a
ultimate charge.
Yeah. So he wanted Galactus to just drain the planet, and then they'll come back and replenish it and all that. But Galactus actually destroyed the planet, so the inhabitants can't come back. So Beta Ray Bill's hair is like, "Yo, what's going on for? You know, you got to snap out of it." Blah blah blah. Obviously, this is
snap out of it.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a comic, so the friends have to fight. And basically, Thor's like, you know, I'm not under his power. I'm not under his spell. This is something that we have to do because there's the black cloud or something that destroyed Galactus's universe before. That's coming, and basically we need to power up Galactus so we can destroy it. So Beta Ray Bill's like, what? So you're in on it as well? So Beta Ray Bill is pissed off with Thor, so he tries to fight Thor, but Thor's just like backhands him like that. He just flies off, and that kind of shows how much power Thor has, because not only does he have the power of Thor, he's got Odin's power, because he's now the king of Asgard, and he's got the power cosmic, the power bestowed upon him by Galactus. So he's powerful. He's really powerful at this moment. So Beta Ray Bill is trying his bits. You know, he's getting angry at him. Thor's like, "Look, let me power down, just to show you that you know, I'm coming at you as a friend." But Beta Ray Bill's not having it. Galactus gets involved. He tries to say to Thor, like, you know, just deal with it, kind of thing. But Thor turns around and says, "Look, Galactus, you gave me this power, but don't think that I'm doing whatever you want me to do. I've got my own power, and I'm ready to defend myself, kind of thing. And basically, they're having a battle. Thor is still powered down from Power Cosmic, and Thor and Beta Ray Bill is having a mad fight. Thor throws the hammer at Beta Ray Bill, and he catches it. He just like has it in his hand. And Thor, Beta Ray Bill's got the hammer. Thor's trying to pull the hammer back, and Beta Ray Bill's like caught it, and Thor's like, what does he say?
Fine, I'll use.
No. He goes, Bill, let it go. I will take your arm with it if I must, but there is no power in the universe strong enough to stop my hammer once called to my hand. And Beta Bill's like, and yet he's like, let it go. It will kill you. He's like, never. He goes, you do not deserve it. You are not worthy. And he's like, fine, I'll use another. And he just takes Stormbreaker and then smashes Stormbreaker on Mjolnir and mashes up Stormbreaker. And basically he's like, I didn't want to do this. You should have yielded. You're my brother. And Beta Ray Bill's like, you're not my brother. And then basically
Bear bromance in her right now.
And then the Rainbow Bridge comes, and then we have Jesus, what's her name again? Valkyrie. No, Lady Sif, sorry. Yeah, Lady Sif, and she's like, if you wish to continue this insanity, then I am truly sorry, Thor. You have to go there's only one way to go through, and that's through her and Beta Ray Bill. And yeah, it's I know I spoiled it and all that, but this is one thing that I love about comics is this, that Thor is so powerful, and Beta Ray Bill is trying to kind of convince him to not not do what Galactus wants him to do, as in go to different planets and destroy it. But at the same time, it's like Beta Ray Bill has got to understand that Thor isn't only a god now; he's the king of Asgard, and he's got to protect Asgard now. And there's things that he has to do, even though Galactus is a almighty being that goes around destroying planets. He has to kind of play to that game to kind of destroy something even more powerful than Galactus, and that can actually destroy the universe in a sense. So just that kind of bromance and understanding is it's good, man. That was a good issue. I really like that issue.
How many geeks are you giving it?
4 geeks, man. Four geeks. Yeah.
Definitely worth. Can I say something on that real quick?
Yeah.
No, just like, so remember in issue, was it 2, where it showed like basically the Flash, Superman, Green Lantern, and Batman
I think
fighting?
Yeah.
Apparently there's rumors of like a upcoming potential Marvel DC crossover, and there's been hints to what's going on in this, but regarding Darkseid in the DC universe, like what's it called, the thing that that Galactus and Thor are trying to fight?
I can't remember the name of it. I really can't remember the name of what
the black cloud thing.
But apparently I'm not saying, but that's
Black
going to
Winter.
manifest. That's supposed to be manifesting in a way where it's Darkseid in the DC universe.
But what's that other thing that's going on in the DC with that woman? What?
I know they got Event Leviathan going on, and I don't know, man. I'm regarding what's going on with their big stories, I'm not sure, but I've just noticed. So I was watching a video on it the other day, but I also noticed that there's a lot of.
I think it's Perpetua or something like that.
Yeah, I've not even heard of that one.
That's going on in Justice League. That's all in the Justice League comic.
Oh,
go on, sorry.
But basically, there's just been a lot of kind of little cameos in comic books recently. So, like, even when we were reading something, that stuff with Thanos last year, and it showed Shazam with an Infinity Stone. Remember that?
Yeah.
But also, I was reading Flash Forward with Wally West, and he basically blatantly just goes to the Marvel Universe and fights with the Justice League, but they don't say it's them.
Wally West
were under different names.
Wally West fights who?
Sorry, not the Justice League. The Avengers. The Avengers.
Okay.
And then obviously there's the comic. There's this Thor where we see the Black Winter, or whatever it's called, kind of going after Batman, Superman, the Flash, Green Lantern. But then when you read Doomsday Clock, and even the video I was watching mentions this as well, it talks about how at the end of Doomsday Clock, Dr. Manhattan sees Superman fight against a Thor himself and the Green Goliath. And the Green Goliath saves Superman's life by killing Doomsday. And I'm like, are they going somewhere with this? Are we going to get a potential? And also, sorry, I actually meant to suggest to put this in the script, but apparently there's supposed to be a DC and Marvel merger. Literally.
That's what I was saying about the Dan Didio thing. About there's loads of rumors going around about different things that could be happening. I think that was one of them. People thinking that the Marvel or the Marvel's going to buy them out or something like that. I really don't think that's going to happen. That's an impossibility. I think, because that's monopolizing the whole. So I don't think that's going to happen personally. But
going just by the what's going on in comic books with all these little, like, DC keeps throwing nods to Marvel, Marvel keeps throwing nods to DC, and I'm wondering, are they finally getting to a point where we're going to have a new Marvel versus DC? Because I think that would be pretty sick if they did that. I feel like it's long overdue as well. I don't know. I think. It's hard to say. I think they should do one. That would be good. I think people need that as well, because at the moment it's kind of like we've got the movies now. We've got the comics are pretty decent at the moment. A lot more people are kind of into the kind of a lot more people are into the culture of comics now. And I think this would be kind of the perfect time to throw that in the mix. Now is the time to. Now is definitely the time to do it. But saying that, there is so many events happening at the moment. It's hard to keep up with everything. So, that's the only thing that I'm like, it would be good, but then it's like another event kind of thing. I mean, it doesn't have to be now. No, like these little. How dope it would be if they were under the table talks that we don't know about, and they were throwing all these little hints, like building up to something that could be happening in 2022.
Like you said, in Doomsday Clock as well, they mentioned it as well. They mentioned that it was going to happen.
Yeah, they did.
It will be interesting, man. It will be interesting. We'll see.
Very exciting times.
Definitely, man. Definitely. But what else is an exciting time is X-Men, man. Like, I know you're wanting to talk about X-Men in your reviews, but X-Men issue 6, like with Mystique, that issue. Man.
That was so good. That was
full spoilers. With X-Men issue 6. I know you guys can't see us. If you're watching us, you can't see us. The connection is far more better without the video, so I think we're going to roll with this for a little bit. But X-Men issue 6, man. So do you want to start? Shall I start? Or
so Professor X and Magneto are Mystique to go. Do you know? No, not even that. It's got a flashback with Mystique and
Destiny.
what's the name? Is
Destiny.
it Lydia? Eileen? Destiny?
It's Irene. Her name is Irene, but
that's
her mutant name is Destiny.
So,
and
flashback with
Destiny. Her mutant power is she can see the future, basically.
Clairvoyance. Yeah.
Okay.
And she's basically kind of giving Mystique, saying, I'm not going to be around. I love the beginning of it. We don't see the full conversation. It's like, I'm not going to be around, but you're going to be asked to do something. And then it basically goes to the present where we...
Well, not actually the present.
Where...
Well, yeah, the present, but it goes to... Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
No,
I'm ahead of myself.
Where she's asked by Professor X and Magneto to go on a mission, and it's back from, I think it was either Powers of X or House of X, when they go on to... I forgot what it was called.
The island.
No.
But that station where they were building Nimrod, basically. Yeah. And they were trying to prevent that from happening. Everyone who went on that mission died. Obviously, they came back, but they died. Yeah. And they sent Mystique to go
Sentinel
back.
City.
I forgot why. Yeah, Sentinel City. And one thing I noticed about that scene where it showed the woman who lost her husband, I swear she's going to put her husband's mind in the Nimrod, and that is going to be sick when that happens. That's what I got from it, because she was building Nimrod, and she was like, "Soon, my love," or something like that, and I'm like, "What? Are you putting him inside Nimrod?" That's going to be sick.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you said, it's kind of two stories. So at the beginning of Powers and House of X, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Mystique, they go on a mission, and basically Mystique goes on a what is
reconnaissance?
It's kind of like a reconnaissance mission as well for her anyway. But what did Nick Fury call it in what was it? Not Civil War. It was Winter Soldier, I think, where Captain America got peed off with him because he sent Black Widow on a mission to get the drive, and he didn't know about it.
Like a double agent kind of mission.
Not covert.
That's it. Double covert mission. That's it.
But so Xavier and Magneto sends Mystique on a mission without telling the others. Because if you read back into it, Cyclops is like, "Oh, where have you been?" to Mystique, and she was like, "Oh, I got lost." But she didn't actually get lost. What her mission was, she had to plant a seed, because with the seed, it grows a gate, so the mutants can travel anywhere. As long as they plant a seed, it would grow into a gate, and they can basically walk through the door. It's a bit like Lock and Key, where you can walk through another door and end up somewhere else, basically. And that was her mission, to plant that. But because everyone died on that mission, they wasn't 100% sure whether she completed her mission or not. So she doesn't remember what happened. So at the beginning of the story, you see someone someone walking in. They go into the room with Jesus, who is it? You just see someone walking in a helmet, and they're walking in, and they pick up something from one of the guys, and he has to deliver it to that woman whose husband died, and then they walk out. Later on in the comic, you find out it's actually Mystique, and she actually goes back, and you see that they asked her to go back using that gate that they planted, go back and see what they're doing and what they're building and what's happening. So she goes back, and she sees that they are building Nimrod, and like Karen said, it seems that woman is putting her husband's consciousness into the Nimrod device. The thing is, though, there was a couple of chances where she could have killed that woman and actually sorted stuff out, but she didn't. She didn't do it. And basically, you kind of this is the conversation between Mystique and Xavier. I'm just gonna read it.
You're gonna read it. Okay. Oh, the dialogue.
Yeah.
The dialogue, man.
So you see Mystique with a knife towards the woman's head while she's sleeping, and then she just walks off and she goes, "Bad news. We took our shot and we missed." And Xavier's like, "What happened?" And she's like, "Most of it's beyond my ken. But it looks to me that your belief that Nimrod comes from the mother mold is wrong. There's a scientist there, Alia Gregor, who's building something that looks just like one." And Magneto's like, "Why didn't you take care of it?" And Mystique's like, "Haven't you heard? We have laws." Referring to mutants not being allowed to kill humans. And obviously Magneto and Mystique's been rolling from day dot. He's like, "Not for that. No, not for them. And let's be honest, not for you. If you thought it needed doing, so why didn't you? And she says, "Because you need to know, and now you do." And Xavier's like, "No, it's more than that. Out with it, Raven." And she's like, "I've been helpful, I've been cooperative. As much as it's not in my nature, I have done my part, but I'm not doing one more thing until you give her to me." And Magneto's like, "That wasn't the deal." She's like, "I don't care, bring her back." And Xavier's like, "Raven, after all this time, after all these years of you stabbing your own kind in the back, stabbing your own kind in the back just to get what you want, after all that, do you really think we can trust you?" She's like, "I want my wife back." And Xavier's like, "And she will return when you have earned it." Magneto's, we need you to do this. It must be done." Mystique's like, "We have some time. She's not that far along. I'll go back tomorrow." And Xavier's like, "Good, thank you." And then there's a little stare, and she's like, "I hate you, Charles. I have always hated you."
I'm sorry, that bit of dialogue. Read it.
"I hate you, Charles. I hate you, Charles. I have always hated you." Charles is like, "Hated and feared. I fear I'm grown numb to it. Not because it doesn't bother me, but because all of this is bigger than how we feel. It's bigger than me, and it's certainly bigger than you." And then you see Mystique walking down. She's walking down to her quarters, and she's like, then you hear the Oracle. She says, "What I'm about to tell you isn't going to sound believable."
So this is sorry for those who haven't read it. This is going back to the flashback of when Destiny and Mystique were talking. So now we're gonna know how the full conversation. Go.
Oracle. "What I'm about to tell you isn't going to sound believable, but I promise it's all true. I want you to listen carefully, every word of it. I don't know why you're talking to me like this, Irene. Yes, I'm a skeptic, but I always believed everything you have told me." She says, "Well, let's put that to the test, shall we? Years from now, long after I'm gone, long after I've left a broken you and this broken world behind, something is going to happen that will sound too good to be true. Too good to be true to your cynical eyes. Gone? If you can see your death, then you're focusing on the wrong thing, my dear. Listen, hear the words of an oracle. There will be an island, not the first, but the last. This place will seem to be hope for our kind. They will invite you in, lift you up, and then deny you the one thing you want. And they will promise it to you. But they'll do everything they can not to honor their word because they're afraid. They want us blind for some reason. But you and I, my dear, we're born to see. I don't understand any of this. I know, but when it's your time, you will. And when those days come, remember these words. Bring me back. And if you and if you cannot, if they will not, then burn that place to the ground.
Oh man, that was beautiful dialogue. That was
well done, Rich.
The thing is, when they recruit, yeah, you read that really well.
Cheers.
But when they recruited Mystique, first and only because they worried about recruiting her, and they knew that they would have to manipulate her for as long as they possibly can, but not knowing that she knew that.
No. That's not even the thing for me anyway. They've got Apocalypse, they've got Sinister there, they had Sabretooth. They've got they've got everybody there, all the villains the mutant villains there. Now, Mystique is like, she's not big fish really and truly in the scope of things when you're actually thinking about it like that, you know. But yeah, she's been warned about it, and the thing is, when you actually realise they've locked Sabretooth away because he killed those people in the first mission, and typical Sabretooth. Yeah. And for me, I think somehow she's gonna rescue Sabretooth.
She is gonna let him. Of course, she is gonna let him loose, and he is gonna wreak havoc.
And I think
she is not playing.
And I don't know whether she's going to be working with Sinister as well, because Sinister, I don't know if you've been. He's got plans as well, doesn't he? He's got plans, and
And remember, if you remember, like when we were reading Powers and House of, and it goes to the future, something that's, I can't remember what it was, but something that's basically them trusting Sinister screws them over at some point. Screws them over later. Yeah. So we haven't even gotten to that yet.
I don't know. I can't remember if that was like another lifetime or if it was this lifetime. I think it was another lifetime.
Oh, I can't remember.
But saying that, I think that's why they came. I can't remember if it was this lifetime or another lifetime. But yeah, I don't know if you've been reading. What is it?
X-Force.
Not X-Force. X-Force is the one with the one with Psylocke and
anyway, no, I'm not reading that.
So yeah, I can't remember. What is it? I can't remember, man. But yeah, it's with Psylocke. Who's in it? Psylocke, X-23, Young Cable, Sinister's in it, and someone else I can't remember. But basically, Psylocke, she had a daughter who got killed by this being, and this being is like a technical. It's like the Matrix in a sense. Like, it's a consciousness that lives in a technical world. And for Psylocke to defeat him, she had to go to Sinister, so he can help her with a technology that can give her access into that kind of into that world. It's like the astro plane, but for technology, kind of thing. So like the psychics have their astral plane, they can go into there and talk to each other and do mad things. It's a bit like
it's kind of like Tron, but like Tron mixed with
it's exactly like the Matrix kind of thing. So and if you actually think about it, the way that the mutants are kind of resurrected, their consciousness is downloaded into Cerebro. So they need Professor X, or they need Cerebro, or someone who can use Cerebro, a powerful psychic like Jean Grey, and they need the 5 mutants to also create. So you need gold balls to make the egg, you need Legion to do the reality warping, and you need a couple more people to actually do it. But then the key is that Sinister uses the cloning serum. This is why Sinister is with them. Actually, that's why they went back and recruited Sinister, because they wanted him to carry on with his cloning thing, so that they can remake resurrect mutants. But if he now has the ability to save or download his memories into the technical world, and then use the mutants to actually rebuild his body or clone his body and bring his consciousness from that technical world, not needing Professor X or Cerebro to actually put his consciousness there, then he doesn't need them. So, and then
that little retreat camp sounds like a Love Island Big Brother gone to hell.
It's mad. It's mad.
Just there's a lot going on, people. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, X-Men is definitely one of the comics that people should be reading. Marvel, DC, Image, whatever. X-Men is the one right now. It really is. It's
so many different possibilities, but if Mystique was told to burn that place to the ground, best believe she is going to burn that place to the ground.
Oh, that's going to be a sight, boy. Woo, can't wait for that review.
Definitely. And moving, I think that's cool with reviews. I think we spent enough time on that.
Yeah, that was fun.
We're nearly at 2 hours, so we'll quickly do a comics pull list. And believe it or not, on number 1 and number 2 on the comics pull list is a giant size X-Men, Jean Grey and Emma Frost, and X-Men issue 7.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and X-Men issue 7. Giant size X-Men, Jean Grey and Emma Frost, issue 1 by Jonathan Hickman and Russell Determined. The first of 5 essential X-Tales specifically designed to showcase some of Marvel's best artists. First up, Russell Determined, superstar artist of Thor and War of Realms. When Storm is in danger, is going to take 2 of the most powerful telepaths on Earth working together to make things right. Jean Grey and Emma Frost together again for the good of Krakoa. That's the first one, and the second one, X-Men issue 7. Unfortunately, it's not a direct carry over from issue 6, but this one it could be has interesting possibly. This one's called Mutants Are Forever. The resurrection protocols have changed everything. Everything for mutant kind. No more can humans hate and fear that take their lives for them. But what else has it changed? I've heard maybe that this is kind of like a gladiator thing where where obviously the mutants can't die, so Apocalypse is possibly doing like a gladiator thing, so they don't become soft. So they fight so they fight each other to the death and probably get resurrected after, and you need to keep up your strength and that for what's about to happen.
Some light exercise, gym work,
and X-Men issue 7 is again by Jonathan Hickman and Lenny Francis Yo. You.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. The third one,
Next
Red Hood and the Outlaw, issue 43. Do you want to do this one, Karen?
For sure. So, put it on the voice. Living in strange times, magic and metahumans are everywhere, but good and evil are easy to spot, right? The heroes of the world will never let anything happen to it, unless it happened already. Red Hood and the Outlaws are about to discover that the in-between moral and immoral is very thin indeed. Red Hood and the Outlaw, 43, by Scott Lobdell and Chris Cross.
Chris Cross.
That's the best name.
And I tried to binge reading Red Hood and the Outlaws, but then Richard started talking about 4, and I ended up binging 4 to catch up. So I just to binge some more. But, then there's Batman, Curse of the White Knight, issue 7. Bruce Wayne. I haven't read issue 6 yet, but I'll get to it. Bruce Wayne and Batman have come undone, powerless after learning the truth behind his family's name and legacy. Ooh, damn. Bruce prepares to shed all of his secrets and make one final appeal to the people of Gotham as Azrael takes control of the city. Batman, Curse of the White Knight, 7, by Sean Murphy, publisher, DC Comics.
Nice. Do you know what? I do need to catch up. I've not read any of Curse of the White Knight yet. I read the first volume, which was excellent. I loved it.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I need to binge it.
This one's really good. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's all I can say. It's really enjoyable. So, cop that shit.
Go cop it, people.
Ooh. And the last one?
The next last one is my one. This is The Weatherman, Volume 2, because there was a 1, but we don't know it yet. So by Jodie Lehiep. That's her name. Lehiep. And Nathan Fox, publisher Image Comics. Mars' wisecracking, hard-partying local weatherman Nathan Bright has no memory of his alleged role in the terrorist attack that killed 18 billion people. But that won't stop him from trying to atone for the actions of his past self. Hunted by literally everyone in the galaxy, Nathan's quest takes him back to Earth, the scene of the crime, where he continues to search for the key to saving humanity from another extinction-level attack. It's the righty. Wow. The writer is Jodie, and it's the shirtless bear fighter, and the artist is Nathan, and the colorist is that guy, the Black Science, and then yes, that's The Weatherman. It's a 6-parter that sounds hilarious.
Nice.
You know, not remembering how killing 18 billion people.
So Shirtless Bearfire writer. I've read a couple of issues of that, and that was actually good. That's another one I need to catch up on. That was really good. And Black Science is another one I need to read.
Yes. If you haven't read any Image comics, go read some Image comics. They're hilarious. Yeah. They're great. They're really, really good. So go read them. But yes. Yay!
Sweet.
And that's the end. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The end of our show. We got through it, people.
Indeed.
We got through it. Yes.
My god, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
I think today has just been a struggle for the whole day. We got there in the end. It's okay. But thank you, general public, for tuning in on the Source Wall Wednesday, 7:30ish. You know, issue 77.
It is 77.
77. It is 77. I got it right the first time. But yeah,
right.
We will. Yeah, don't forget to do the thing. Do the thing, Kieran.
Wait! Not yet. Let's. We need to give out our details as well. Obviously, like, share, subscribe, share us. Definitely share us. We're on Twitter, Well, I say we're on Twitter, but I need to get up on that.
We're there.
Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts. Yeah. Obviously, we're on Twitch, but everything will be uploaded onto YouTube as well.
Yeah. So when you subscribe, do the little bell thing. So when we come, you can just yeah. So yes, that's what you do.
Also, check out our store at Teespring/stores /stores/the Source Wall, all one word. And yeah.
Don't forget to bring a sandwich.
Shazam!
That's right. Extra crust.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Bye.
Meow.
Bye, everyone.